is Houdini. What a play!
I don't know how he did it. He just scored.
He's got it.
My goodness.
How about that?
He is a legend.
That's another one of those wow plays.
What happened to every Heisman Trophy winner since 2000? Some went on to stardom, while others fell off the map. From Wenke to Burrow, here's how the last 20 Heisman winners have fared in the NFL. We'll kick it off with the 2000 Heisman winner, Florida State's Chris Wenke. At age 28, he's the oldest player to ever win the award. Wenke threw for over 4,000 yards and 33 touchdowns, leading the Seminoles to the national title game. The Panthers drafted him in the 4th round in 2001 and threw him right in the mix. The 29-year-old rookie attempted 540 passes that season, still the second most in franchise history.
Wenke fires a bit, intercepted on the play. It's picked up by Ty Law.
Unfortunately, Wenke failed to find the same success in the NFL as he did in college. He went just 2-18 as a starter in 7 NFL seasons. 2001 Heisman QB Eric Crouch led Nebraska to the national title game, totaling more than 2,800 yards and 25 scores. The Rams drafted him in the 3rd round in 2002 with hopes of turning the star athlete into a receiver. Crouch wanted no part of that and in turn never played it down in the NFL. He would eventually move on to NFL Europe and the CFL. Fast forward to Carson Palmer in 2002. The USC Trojan won the Heisman, capping off a brilliant college career before being selected #1 overall in 2003. The Bengals sat Palmer his entire rookie season, but when it was time to turn him loose, the young quarterback showed flashes of brilliance.
Fake the handoff. Palmer looking for the home run ball. Deep down the sideline. Johnson redirecting his body for the touchdown.
Palmer led the league with 32 touchdown passes in 2005, making back-to-back Pro Bowls in the process. He played 8 seasons in Cincinnati before a 2-year stint in Oakland. He eventually landed in Arizona, where he enjoyed a career renaissance under Bruce Arians.
Makes it 3rd and 14. Palmer with a deep drop, going to the end zone, and it is caught by Floyd.
Palmer played 15 NFL seasons, making 3 Pro Bowls. He ranks in the top 15 in both career passing yards and touchdowns. Jason White took home the Heisman Trophy in 2003, leading the Sooners to the national championship game while throwing 40 touchdowns. White was the 3rd Heisman winner to go undrafted, joining Florida State's Charlie Ward, who went on to find NBA success, and Army's Pete Dawkins, who opted for a career in the military. The OU quarterback eventually signed with the Titans in 2005, but lingering knee issues forced him to give up football before ever seeing the field. We swing back over to USC in 2004, where Matt Leinart led the Trojans to a national championship, winning the Heisman Trophy along the way. Leinart threw for 3,300 yards and 33 scores in 2004. He opted against coming out for the 2005 draft, where many predicted he'd go 1st overall. Leinart instead entered the 2006 draft, going 10th overall to the Cardinals.
3rd down for Leinart. And he throws down the field. He's picked for the 2nd time by Champ Bailey.
Leinart saw most of his NFL action in year 1 before getting benched for Kurt Warner in 2007. He went on to make stops in Houston and Oakland as a backup. Leinart played 7 seasons with just 15 career touchdown passes. He's one of the most electrifying players in college football history. In 2005, Reggie Bush became the 3rd USC Trojan to win the Heisman in 4 years. He racked up more than 2,200 yards from scrimmage and 18 touchdowns, leading Southern Cal to an epic national championship game against Texas. A few months later, the Saints took him 2nd overall, where he made an immediate impact.
The general manager, he starts getting directions. Oops.
And here's Bush, and the Heisman Trophy winner. Off to the races again, inside the 20, cuts it back, touchdown!
Bush was a serious threat in the passing game, setting a rookie record with 88 catches in 2006. He had more than 200 total receptions in his first 3 seasons, and in 2008, he led the league with 3 punt return touchdowns.
At the 30. Reggie's got 2 blocks ahead of him. Can he get him? There's 1. There's 2. Reggie Bush, see you later.
Bush played 11 seasons with the Saints, Dolphins, Lions, 49ers, and Bills, racking up just over 10,000 career all-purpose yards. Ohio State's Troy Smith brought the Heisman to Columbus after a 30-touchdown season helped land the Buckeyes in the national title game. The Ravens took Smith in the 5th round in the 2007 draft. He played 4 seasons with Baltimore and San Francisco, primarily as a backup. Then we have Tim Tebow, whose Gators defeated Smith and Ohio State in that 2006 championship game. A year later, Tebow was absolutely dominant at Florida.
Here's Tebow. He's got it, and he's about to break Herschel Walker's record. That's number 50.
The sophomore racked up more than 4,000 yards of offense and 55 touchdowns, including 23 on the ground. The Broncos made Tebow the 25th overall pick in the 2010 draft. The following season, the NFL world was turned upside down during a 6-week stretch known as Tebow Mania.
Jets show blitz, they're going to bring it. Tebow trying to run around the corner. Tebow's got a first down and more. He might score. Touchdown!
Denver miraculously won 6 straight games in 2011 before Tebow delivered one of the most memorable moments in playoff history.
The Broncos have been in 3 overtime games this year. They won them all. Got him at the 40. It's Thomas at the 50. Stiff arm got him free to the 30, to the 20. Thomas to the 10. Denver's going on to New England.
Tebow was traded to the Jets when the Broncos signed Peyton Manning in 2012. He went on to make 2 more preseason appearances with the Patriots and Eagles before transitioning to a career in baseball. Tebow's Gators got the best of the 2008 Heisman winner in that season's title game. Oklahoma quarterback Sam Bradford threw for more than 4,700 yards and 50 touchdowns, then went on to become the Rams' #1 overall pick in 2010. Bradford was relied on early and often in St. Louis, throwing a then rookie record 590 passes.
Sam Bradford says you can't believe how that changes the locker room. Here's a long ball by Bradford, and it's a touchdown for the Rams.
Bradford went on to have 4 seasons with at least 3,000 passing yards in his career. In 2016, he led the NFL with a 71.2 completion percentage while playing for Minnesota. He played 9 seasons with 4 teams, but never once won more than 7 games in a season. 2009 saw Nick Saban's first national title run at Alabama. Heisman winner Mark Ingram totaled nearly 2,000 yards from scrimmage and 20 total touchdowns for the Crimson Tide. A couple years later, he was drafted by the Saints with the 28th pick in the first round. Ingram shared a backfield with Pierre Thomas and Darren Sproles throughout his first 3 seasons, and finally took the reins in 2014.
They will fake it. Breeze looking, coming back to Ingram. Gets a great block. Mark Ingram sprinting ahead inside the 5. Touchdown!
Ingram made the first of his 3 career Pro Bowls in 2014. In 2017, the Saints paired him with Alvin Kamara, where the 2 created a potent 1-2 punch. Ingram signed with Baltimore in 2019, racking up a career-high 15 touchdowns for the best rushing offense in the league.
Slashing is Ingram. Mark Ingram, a stiff arm, and he curls inside the pylon.
Cam Newton took college football by storm in 2010, his first and last season at Auburn. Cam accounted for more than 4,300 total yards of offense and 51 touchdowns, leading the Tigers to a national championship. Carolina took Newton with the #1 pick in the 2011 draft, and he did not disappoint.
3 wide receivers. Olsen, the tight end motion. Newton's got it, and he's got a big hole. Cam Newton taking off. Will they get him? Touchdown!
Cam won Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2011, throwing for 4,051 yards and scoring 14 rushing touchdowns, still the most by any QB in one season. In 2015, he won NFL MVP with 45 total touchdowns on a 15-1 Panthers team that made the Super Bowl.
They continue to run him. He is in for the touchdown!
Newton is Carolina's all-time leader in passing yards and touchdowns and holds the record for most rushing touchdowns by a QB ever. A year later, we saw the brilliance of Robert Griffin III on full display at Baylor. RG3 put up almost 5,000 yards of offense and 47 total touchdowns in his Heisman campaign. Washington took him with the 2nd overall pick in the 2012 draft. There, Griffin III put up one of the most stellar seasons by a rookie quarterback ever.
Washington scored 24 unanswered points. Tough game here, and here is RG3. He's going to run for the first down, and still on his feet. RG3 is going to outrace everybody.
He won Offensive Rookie of the Year, putting up a 102.4 passer rating and a QB rookie record 815 rushing yards. Unfortunately, a devastating knee injury derailed RG3's tenure in Washington. He was released and in 2016 signed with the Browns. He was out of football for all of 2017 before landing in Baltimore. He has a 7-20 record as a starter since 2013. Perhaps the most polarizing Heisman winner on our list, Johnny Manziel won the trophy as a phenomenal freshman in 2012. He totaled more than 5,100 yards and 47 total touchdowns on his way to garnering the nickname Johnny Football.
Drops back, backside pressure. steps up into the pocket. He fumbled the ball. He got it back. Now he's throwing end zone. Wide open. A&M touchdown.
A couple years later, Manziel went 22nd overall to the Browns, where he played just 2 seasons. He went 2-6 as a starter with 7 career touchdown passes before being released in 2016. Manziel went on to play in the CFL and announced he was finished with football in 2020. 2013 Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston accounted for 44 total touchdowns, leading FSU to its first national title since 1999. Winston stayed in Florida when the Bucs drafted him number 1 overall in 2015. He made the Pro Bowl as a rookie and posted more than 4,000 passing yards in each of his first 2 seasons.
3rd and 10, Jameis pressured again, spins out of it. Jameis in his own end zone. Waiting for somebody to get open, looks deep down the field.
Jameis led the league with just over 5,100 passing yards in 2019, so why wasn't he re-signed in Tampa? Interceptions, as in 30 of them in 2019. Winston threw 88 picks from 2015 to 2019, most in the NFL. He signed with the Saints in 2020 as a backup to Drew Brees. From the number 1 pick in 2015 to the number 2 pick, before Marcus Mariota was a Titan, he dominated at Oregon, posting a 42-4 touchdown to interception ratio in 2014. The Heisman winner also had over 5,100 yards of offense for the Ducks. In the NFL, Mariota had a passer rating above 90 in 4 of his first 5 seasons.
And they're coming. Leslie and Smith. Mariota out of it, and he can fly. Plenty for a first, plenty more to the 40. Mariota's got his eyes on the end zone. Can he finish? At the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
He had a career-high 26 passing touchdowns in 2016 and then led the Titans to an upset wildcard win in 2017.
Mariota to the line of scrimmage, maybe across the line. It deflects back to him for a touchdown for the moment.
But Mariota couldn't find the overall success expected from a number 2 pick. He had just 31 total scores through the air from 2017 to 2019. He wasn't re-signed in Tennessee and signed as a backup with the Raiders in 2020. Mariota's teammate in Tennessee won a Heisman of his own in 2015. Before he was running over defenders in the NFL, Derrick Henry plowed through the SEC with more than 2,300 yards from scrimmage and 28 touchdowns at Alabama. He was a 2nd-round pick, teaming with DeMarco Murray in the Titans' backfield in his first 2 seasons. Henry became Tennessee's featured back in 2017, leaving NFL defenses in the dust.
Drive starts at the 1 and looking for a little breathing room, and they get that and plenty more. Derrick Henry still going. Stays in bounds. He might go 99 yards.
Henry's racked up 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons, even leading the league in rushing yards and touchdowns in 2019.
Henry, running lane. Henry, turning on the speed. Derrick Henry, stiff arm. Henry, another. Oh, he's done it again. Oh, Henry.
When you talk about the greatest college highlight reels, Lamar Jackson has to be in the conversation. The 2016 Heisman winner had more than 5,000 yards of total offense and 51 touchdowns at Louisville.
Going to be a quarterback run all the way for Lamar Jackson, and he's able to stretch forward for the touchdown.
Jackson was the final pick of the first round in 2018, where Baltimore used his skill set to build one of the best rushing attacks in the league. After a playoff trip in 2018, Jackson broke out in 2019 with an MVP season, an NFL-high 36 touchdown passes, and a QB record 1,206 rushing yards.
It's a 2nd down and 3. Jackson takes it himself. Look at him dart back and forth. Oh! He broke his ankles. Now he's got an entourage, and he's got a touchdown.
On to another QB from the draft class of 2018. Oklahoma's Baker Mayfield took home the Heisman, throwing for 4,600 yards and 43 touchdowns in 2017. He led the Sooners to the college football playoff before becoming the Browns' number 1 overall pick. Baker immediately brought hope to a struggling Browns franchise.
Looks like pressure off the edge.
Little trick play and a throw to Baker Mayfield to tie the game.
Mayfield went 6-7 as a starter, throwing for a rookie record 27 touchdowns in 2018. The jury is still out on Baker after an up-and-down year 2, but there's more hope now that he appears to have turned things around in 2020. Back-to-back Heisman Sooners as OU QB Kyler Murray took home the trophy in 2018. He racked up more than 5,300 yards of total offense and 54 touchdowns, leading his team to the college football playoff. Murray was the #1 pick in the 2019 draft. He passed for more than 3,700 yards and 20 touchdowns as a rookie, but his breakout came in year 2 where he inserted himself into the MVP picture.
Shotgun. Murray out of the pocket. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. Murray heaves it downfield. It is. Oh, it's caught!
And it's arguably the greatest season a college quarterback has ever had. LSU's Joe Burrow threw for over 5,600 yards and an NCAA record 60 touchdowns en route to a perfect season and a national title.
Burrow aiming in zone, and it gets through and into the hands of Terrace Marshall.
Burrow's monster season made him an easy choice to go #1 in the following draft.
Here comes the quarterback, Burrow, looking for a block, and he got it up in the front by Hopkins into the end zone. Touchdown! What a skipper!
The Bengals franchise QB averaged nearly 270 passing yards a game, trailing only Tom Brady in total attempts and completions before a knee injury sidelined him for the final 6 games of the 2020 season. So there you have it, 2 decades of the most prestigious individual trophy in college sports. Some NFL careers we'd like to forget, others we'd like to see last forever. We don't know when they'll get drafted or how they'll perform, but what we do know is all eyes are always on the Heisman winner.